Imagine standing before a mirror that does not just reflect your face but bends reality itself. A mirror that reaches beyond the confines of time, allowing you to peer into the very infancy of the universe, into an era when existence was still wrapping itself around its first breath. That is exactly what the James Webb Space Telescope was designed to do, to look not at what is, but at what once was, to capture the first flickers of light born in the wake of creation. For years, scientists dreamed of this moment, the chance to witness the universe in its raw, unshaped form, a cosmic nursery filled with clouds of hydrogen, the chaotic prelude before order emerged. But when Webb opened its golden eye and stared deeper than any instrument had before, it did not find simplicity. It did not find the expected innocence of the cosmos. It found something impossible. It found contradiction written across the sky. The image Webb returned was supposed to be a faint smudge of light barely distinguishable from the blackness surrounding it, a distant whisper from a time billions of years gone. Instead, what stared back was architectural elegance. A galaxy, fully formed, rotating in perfect order, spiral arms coiled like ribbons of light, a gravitational ballet of stars and clusters, and, buried deep within its glowing core, a monstrous black hole pulsing with raw energy. Not a primordial haze, not a galaxy in the making, a finished masterpiece, thriving in an age when the laws of astrophysics insist such grandeur could not yet exist. The further the telescope looked, the stranger the story became. It was not alone. One after another, galaxies emerged from the darkness like ghostly cities rising from a forgotten ocean, vast and complex and impossibly mature. It was as if the cosmic clock had skipped forward, leaping over billions of years of evolution and delivering a universe far older than its age. For generations, scientists believed they had mapped the script of creation. First came the Big Bang, an explosion of everything from nothing. Then a long, silent darkness, followed by the birth of the first stars, simple, massive, burning with hydrogen and helium. Slowly, painstakingly, these stars died, scattering their ashes to forge the next generation. Stars heavy with oxygen and carbon, then galaxies, then planets, and finally, life. The further back in time you looked, the simpler it should have been: messy, chaotic, unformed. But Webb shattered that expectation. It showed us a universe that did not crawl toward complexity, it sprinted. In less than 400 million years after the Big Bang, galaxies stood complete, not only shaped but chemically rich, bearing the fingerprints of multiple generations of stars that had already lived and died. These were not the first fires of creation. These were echoes of cycles repeated, stars born and buried, metals forged in supernovae, oxygen, carbon, iron, elements that should have taken billions of years to appear, already glowing in the hearts of galaxies. The early universe, it seemed, was not a quiet dawn. It was a storm, a furnace of creation roaring with impossible speed. And then came the revelation that broke even the boldest models. At the core of one of these ancient galaxies lay a supermassive black hole, so colossal it defied reason, over 1 billion times the mass of our sun. In today's cosmos, that would be extraordinary. In the universe's childhood, it is absurd. Black holes are thought to grow slowly, feasting over eons. But this one appeared fully grown, as if it had leapt from nothing into enormity without warning. It was like finding a fully grown tree sprouting from freshly planted soil, a being without a childhood. The math does not work. The timelines collapse. And yet, there it was, its gravitational signature unmistakable, warping the fabric of space around it like a stone dropped into still water. Some now whisper radical ideas: primordial black holes born from fluctuations in the infant universe, dark matter accelerating cosmic construction, or forces beyond the reach of known physics reshaping creation's earliest moments. These are not tweaks to theory. These are new blueprints for reality. But Webb did not stop there. As data streamed in, patterns emerged where none should exist, shapes etched across the deep. Galaxies arranged with eerie precision, their spirals echoing the golden ratio, their orbits whispering symmetry. The cosmos was not chaos. It was a cathedral, built on fractal logic, a geometry woven into the fabric of spacetime. And then came the chemical trails, complex organic molecules adrift in the void, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, the seeds of amino acids, the building blocks of life itself, scattered through interstellar space more than 13 billion years ago. Not clinging to planets, not sheltered in stars, but free-floating in the vacuum, untouched, enduring across the abyss of time. If this is true, then life was never an accident born of chance alignment on a single blue world. It was written into the universe from the start, a constant, a thread stitched through the stars. And yet the most haunting discovery was still to come. A formation web captured at the edge of perception. 6 galaxies poised in perfect symmetry around a central mass, equidistant, orbiting as if choreographed. Scientists named it the flower, but its beauty was unsettling. No model of gravity, no simulation of turbulence, no natural process could explain its precision. It should not exist. And still, there it was, a message frozen in starlight, waiting billions of years for eyes like ours to see it. Was it a fluke of physics, an echo of quantum symmetry, or something else entirely? A signpost, a marker, a whisper from an intelligence old as creation itself. And if that thought chills you, it should. Because the next question is even more unsettling. Did we find it? Or did it let itself be found? Then came the theory no one wanted to believe, and yet it lingers, growing louder. What if the act of observation changed everything? Quantum mechanics teaches us that at the smallest scales, reality bends beneath the weight of attention. What if that truth echoes upward? What if the universe responds to being seen? What if, by building Webb and gazing back to the dawn of time, we did not just discover, we awakened? Patterns in the data that shift as they are processed, images that seem to alter subtly as if the cosmos itself is alive, aware of our eyes upon it. Some call it nonsense. Others see the tremor of something vast, something that does not end at particles but threads through the whole. If that is true, then we are not just witnesses. We are participants, co-authors of the story we thought was written without us. What Webb gave us was never just pictures of ancient stars. It was a key, and when we turned it, the lock clicked open, and behind it waited a truth so immense it makes our language feel small. Galaxies too old, chemistry too complex, black holes too massive, patterns too perfect, signals too aware. It is no longer enough to say the universe is stranger than we imagined. The universe may be aware of our imagining. Perhaps for the first time in history, the cosmos whispered back. Not in words, but in light, in geometry, in echoes that bend across time. Maybe we did not find the edge of creation. Maybe we found its memory, and in that memory, it remembered us. And so, the question remains, the one that lingers like a shadow across the stars. What did Webb see? Or what saw Webb?